What's going on, guys? My name is Dylan. I'm bringing you guys another YouTube video back some more Tom Clancy's The Division. I was about to say Black Ops 3. I got so used to saying Black Ops 3, but now we were playing some Tom Clancy's Division. Black Ops 3 videos will still be coming out eventually. It's just kind of like, this has been the main game I've been playing right now, and it's just been too much fun. There's an update coming out in April, and I think that's when I'm really going to start, like, really kicking out some Division videos. It's going to be pretty lit, guys. I really can't wait, but I'm going to show you guys my build. This is just kind of like a series trying to, like, start off, just trying to get some more viewership back to the channel because I haven't really been uploading much lately. So definitely, if you view this video and you do like it, definitely tell your friends where you found the video, and definitely just spread the word, just spread the word and make it worth it. So we're gonna get into the video right now. We're gonna be running with the Vector. This is pretty much my best build setup. 200k DPS, 91k health, 20k skill power, which is pretty ridiculous in my opinion, because usually when I see people run their builds, I see like 200k DPS, like 70k health, and like 9,000 skill power. Like, people will have high DPS with like low like average health and then low skill power. It's just not ideal for me because I don't want to be like, I want to be able to melt people, but I also don't want to be a squishy. So when it comes to it, we're going to be rocking with the Vector ACP, just the gun you're going to be seeing everyone rocking. I'm just going to show you guys my primary because I don't want to go too in-depth. My secondary just kind of is just there just for like, I don't know, just for like the DPS, and it's kind of good assault rifle. I'm using the AK-47, but the Vector, 25% crit chance already on the gun. The talent you're going to be rocking with is accurate. Actually is increased by 46%. Brutal. Headshot damage is increased by 24% with using this weapon. And stability is improved by 46%. This Vector is amazing. I love this Vector. It's made pretty much just for just hitting accurate shots to the head, making sure that your headshot damage is high so you can be able to take down your enemy even quicker, and it's just definitely a very useful gun for gunfights. Here are the attachments that you're going to be rocking with. Now, this is what you're going to want to go for when you are talking about your weapon. You're going to want to go for crit chance, crit damage, and headshot damage, at least whenever you can get it. First, you're going to be seeing me rocking with headshot damage and crit chance 22%, 7.5% on the CQBSS scope. You can get it from a special gear vendor inside the base of operations. It's definitely a pretty good scope. I might be able to roll for better. I don't even know. I haven't really tried to roll that many times ever since I got it, but I think this is pretty good, so I'm definitely just going to keep this for right now. But next, you're going to want to go for your extended magazine. Now, see, you have a choice here. You can go with the rate of fire. I've seen people roll magazines with crit chance and crit damage. I've rolled a crit chance one. I haven't seen a crit damage yet, but I've heard people say they rolled crit damage. So you could definitely go for magazine size, rate of fire, crit chance, or crit damage are probably going to be one of the three things you want to go for. I went for rate of fire just because it boosts up my DPS a lot, and it also helps me just shred through enemies, which is definitely pretty useful. Also, 95.5% magazine size is definitely pretty nice. You probably want to go for at least 93, 94% magazine size to over 100, because the Vector does not hold a lot of bullets. It only holds 20 bullets in the clip originally, so you're definitely going to want to get a lot more bullets for it. So it's definitely run with the extended magazine, 94 at least, 93, 94 at least for magazine size, and rate of fire, crit chance, or crit damage for your other perk. So next, you're going to want to run with a grip. The grip is really not anything crazy. The grip is just stability and accuracy. You really don't need a crazy grip because I don't think it comes with anything crit chance, crit damage, none of that stuff. So you just kind of just want to run whatever grip just makes your gun perform the best, the most stable, like, the least recoil. Then you're going to go for a muzzle brake. You want to go 30.5% stability and 30% critical hit damage. Crit damage is definitely very useful. I would say for my muzzle brake, I want to go for crit damage because since I have crit chance on my my scope, and I could even get crit chance on my magazine if I wanted to, crit damage is just the next logical thing for me to go for. So that's it for the primary. We're going to go over to the gear now. Like I said, the secondary is just an AK-47 and a pistol. So into the gear. When it comes to your gear, you're going to want to really pay attention to your gear. If you're a new Division player and you kind of just think like, oh, I'm just going to go for the gear that gives me like the most DPS or the most health or maybe the most skill power, you really want to pay a lot of attention, because when you do that, you're just not going to make your character perform as well as it could be. So for my gear, I have a gunslinger vest. I originally rolled it as firearms, but I modded it to stamina. I really didn't even mean to do that. I was just kind of messing around when I was kind of newer at the game, and I changed it. I really probably shouldn't have, but whatever. It kind of worked out in my favor. So this gunslinger vest is originally a firearms because the perk it came with was reckless. I don't think you can get reckless on stamina ones. So reckless, the talent is increased damage by 13%, increased incoming damage by 10%. The increased damage that you deal out is 13%, which is on top of your current damage, which means after you're done modding and doing all that crazy stuff, the 13% comes in on top of that. And then your incoming damage is increased by 10%, which means you take more damage, but you deal out more, which honestly, if you're running a health with over like 90k health, it's kind of pretty useful because then you're able to just deal out more damage, and since your DPS is high, you should be able to win the gunfight before that incoming damage really hurts you. So as you can see, some major attributes it has is health, a health bonus, ammo capacity bonus, skill attributes. It's support station health. I really don't need support station health on it, but it's just whatever. The best just makes it work out for me the most. All of this gear that I have can definitely still get remodded to become better. The two mods I have on it are firearms mods. You kind of want to make sure that your mods, the mods you use on your gear, is just kind of centered around what you need to like make your character fill out the best. Because see, as you can see, when I take one firearms mod off, I already lose like a ton of DPS because it just changes my firearms number. That firearms number under the DPS is actually very important. The higher it is, the better your DPS will be, at least on the start off. So you definitely want to make sure that you have firearms or health or skill power, whatever you need to make sure that your character fills out the right way. So then next, you're gonna want to go to your mask. Your mask is gonna be a Spec Ops mask. It's originally a firearms mask with a stamina mod on it. Major attribute, it adds 4,000 to skill power. You probably want a piece of gear that adds to skill power. This is my one piece of gear that adds a lot to skill power. And then also I have a stamina mod on it that increases my skill power. I'm probably going to re-roll because increased kill XP is really not that useful for me, so I'm definitely going to probably re-roll that out. Next are my knee pads. These knee pads are decent. Decent because I'm saying they have 1400 to my health and 18% critical hit damage. The only downside to this is that they do not have a mod slot. You kind of want to go for gear with mod slots, which are the little like yellow dashes under it. As you can see, my chest plate has 2 and my mask has 1. You can get 2 on the chest plate and mask. I'm not sure how many on the knee pads. I know it's at least 1 for sure because these have it, but I'm not sure if you can get 2. So these are the this is what I get for the knee pads. This is what I'm running with. Crit damage. You want to get crit chance and crit damage whenever you can on these pieces of gear, just on the side, just so it makes your overall damage get higher. You definitely want to make sure that your damage is high, but do not roll certain things away to penalize your health or even your skill power. Skill power, if there's anything that takes a penalty here, it can be skill power. Skill power can definitely be a little under 20k, but 15k is probably around where you want to keep it, just because then your skills really won't be doing much for anyone. So next, you have your backpack. It's a firearms backpack with a firearms mod on it. It adds to skill power once again. Like I said, skill power definitely very useful. So a lot of these mods are just adding the skill power, even though they're firearms or stamina, which is kind of the best of both worlds. Once again, critical hit damage. Like I said, keep the roll for critical hit chance, crit damage. Definitely very useful. Adds the firearms, keeps the DPS high. Just all around great build. Great build for the backpack. Next, you're going to want to go, this is probably the most important piece of gear on your entire character, your gloves. The gloves are so OP, at least when it comes to DPS. These are stamina gloves, but it comes with SMG damage, critical hit chance, and critical hit damage. The holy trio, what you want. You definitely want SMG damage. Make sure that the primary that you're mainly using is going to be on the attribute bonus for the gloves. So if you use an assault rifle, make sure it's assault rifle damage. But if you use a marksman rifle, etc., etc., SMG damage is what you want, at least for me. If you're running this vector setup, the vector is pretty good. I think you can still get it in the special gear vendor inside the base of operations. So 5.5 critical hit chance, 36% critical hit damage. Definitely make sure you try and roll for crit chance, crit damage. All 3 is definitely very useful. If you have 2 of them, then roll for the other one. But if you only have like 1 or something, then just try and roll for something that helps your build become better, and just pray to God you get some better gloves later. So definitely you want to try and go for all 3. On the holster, you're going to want a firearms holster is what I got. I have a stamina mod, which is why the stamina bonus is so high, but I have a firearms holster right now. It comes with 9% first aid ally heal, definitely pretty good. It comes with 143%, 143 add to my stamina, and it adds 1400 to skill power, which is ridiculous. So now we're going to go into the character real quick because I don't want to make this video too long. So we're going to go into the weapons, and this is pretty much what I'm showing for my weapon thing here. So critical hit chance overall with all the stuff put on, with everything on my character, is 47%. It can do a lot better because if I just change out the extended mag, it will go up 8% because I have a extended magazine that adds 8% to crit chance, and will go up to 55, and 55 is almost, I think, yeah, 55% is pretty high because I think the max for crit chance on a sub is 60, so that is pretty good. I think his overall is 60. Critical hit damage is 129%, which is pretty good. I've seen people with like 160% crit damage, but I think 129 is pretty good just for like the build I'm rocking with right now. I could probably re-roll some stuff to get some crit damage. Headshot damage is 113%, which I think is without the extra 24% from the talent on my weapon. So headshot damage right now is 113%, which is definitely pretty good. And that's pretty much it for the weapons and build stuff. Now we're gonna go to the abilities real quick just to make sure that we are gonna be clear on what we're doing here. So when I go into Dark Zone and I'm running with a squad, I use the security link super move, which adds a lot of damage resistance, which means on top of that 90k that 90k health, you're gonna be having a lot more health just in terms of like for the next 15 seconds when you're fighting other people, because definitely there are some people out there that rock crazy high DPSs, which will definitely even try to shred through your 90k. But if they're rocking those crazy high DPSs, then they're probably a glass cannon, which means they're definitely gonna be a squishy if you catch a jump on them, or if you can outlast their bullets a little bit longer to melt them yourself, especially with 200k DPS, which means you're gonna be able to shred some kids as well with taking not as many bullets. So when I'm running in a squad, I'm going to rock the Flashbang Sticky Bomb. The Flashbang Sticky Bomb is definitely very useful because it disrupts people, which means if you can hit people first before they pop skills or anything like that, they're not going to be able to use their skills while the disrupt on is on for the player, which means that is definitely a certain amount of time they can't use skills or anything, they're just relying on weapons or they're running away, which is definitely very useful, which means you're putting them on the defensive and you can pick up kills a lot easier. Another option is the tactical scanner because it increases your crit chance and your crit damage. I kind of switch between these two, but usually other people in my group run this. For my other skill, I'm using the first aid. First aid, it gives me overdose where the device heals people more efficiently, and it gives you an overshield possibly, and it's definitely pretty good. You could probably switch to this one right here, the booster shot, where you can increase damage for the effective targets, which is definitely pretty good as well. I think I might rock this because I do want more damage on my weapons, but we're gonna go real quick into the talents. This talent is definitely pretty useful. Use this talent, at least in my opinion. I think it's pretty good. Triage, or whatever it's called. Essentially, you heal an ally with a skill to reduce skill cooldowns by 15%. So if you pop an overheal and your ally catches the overheal, that means your sticky bomb or your crit scan or your whatever else you're using is going to refill a lot quicker. It's definitely pretty good, so you can keep your skills coming out quick. Especially, it's very useful when it comes to like rogue on rogue encounters or just PvP encounters, because if you can get your skill back quicker, that could definitely change the momentum of a fight, especially if it's dragging out that long. Next, you're going to have critical save. Using a medkit during low health increases damage resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. So, like I said, 90k health is really good, but it's not over 100k. It's not like tanky status. So if someone is shredding through your health and you get during low health, you can pop a medkit and then increase damage resistance by another 40%. So you're definitely going to be swallowing a few more bullets before you're going to have to go and kind of worry about the situation. Then it is kill a hostile while moving to reduce incoming damage by 30% for 10 seconds, which is the talent on the move. On the move's pretty good because if I kill a hostile while moving, then I take a few more bullets, in case, especially if he's running in a big squad, is definitely going to be very useful. This last one's kind of optional for everyone. I like it though because the headshot bonus, it gives me more time to hit headshots. Headshot a hostile with a 50% chance of not consuming the bullet, which means if I headshot someone, there's a good chance that that bullet is not going to be consumed, which means I'm going to be able to pump a lot more bullets out on the people. And if I hit these consistent headshots, then I will be able to take people out as well. So that is pretty much it for the build, guys. Like I said, 200k DPS, 91k health, 20k skill power. My personal opinion for a great build. Honestly, I could probably re-roll some of this stuff to get some bonuses to elites or stuff to make it really good in PvE. I still think it's pretty great in PvE, but PvP, you will definitely be shredding people. You'll be taking bullets and dishing them out as well. Skill power, make sure you heal your allies and heal yourself. Make sure you'll be able to just do all around great in the dark zone, PvE, PvP, all around. I'll definitely make another build setup when the new update comes out, and I'll definitely make a build setup maybe a little bit before, just in case mine changes. I'm definitely probably gonna be tweaking around. I love tweaking my builds, especially when I first get on. I usually just hop on, mess with my build.